What's up, crew? Welcome back to the Nate the Great YouTube channel. My name is Nate. How's everybody doing? So, full disclosure, this is actually day 4 of my sugar fasting protocol journey, day 4 of 12. Let me explain what happened. So, I recorded a video on day 2 and I was playing it back, and lo and behold, somehow my little microphone that you see here, about 3 minutes in the video, dropped off. Did not notice it at all. I was just having a good time zooming through the forest first thing in the morning. And so that video was shot. And so I ordered another microphone. It showed up yesterday, day 3, and it was an open box from Amazon. I don't know if anybody's had those experiences, but you're like, I don't know if this is good. Like they've screwed up and they had a return or something and they just shipped it back out as a new product. So lo and behold, that one didn't work. So I ordered another one, and here we are, day 4. Life happens, right? It is what it is. And again, the idea is that I just wanted to explain why I hadn't posted in a few days, and I'm not going to skip back in time and try to recreate all that content. I did record it, so it's a little sad, but we'll kind of condense everything down here. So let's pull everything up on the screen here. You'll see that my body fat percentage is staying at or going down. My big spider web. My muscle mass is going up, which is exactly what I want. And that's my goal. My scale weight's still around the 215 mark. Again, once it gets up to like the 220, I'm going to start kind of sugar fasting a little bit more aggressively. But as you all know, or maybe not know, that again, my goal right now is to try to build muscle. If you're just starting out on your journey, yes, you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time. But once you get, within 20 to 30 pounds of your goal weight, you'll find that conventionally, wisdom wise, you need to be in a calorie surplus to build muscle. And so on the days that I go to the gym, I am eating approximately 3,000 plus calories. And the idea here is that my totally daily energy expenditure with my ramped up NEAT, because I do a lot of walking, is around 3,200 calories. And so I need to really be in a surplus. So I go to the gym, I'm ready to go. I do some heavy lifting. And then when I get home, I'm eating, a good amount of food. I am adding in some lean protein, but I'm not doing too much. Again, I was focused around about 150 grams. That being said, right now on the sugar fasting protocol, I'm usually down to around 30 to 50 grams, and that's totally fine. Again, there's a lot of science out there that's emerging about how much protein you actually need when it comes to building muscle. I will follow the conventional wisdom, so I'm trying to go at least 0.5 to my goal weight. So I'm trying to get around, 80 to 90 grams. But again, trying to keep the scale in balance while still maintaining muscle mass going up. That's really my goal. So I'll give you some other channel updates. I am out here with my rucksack, but today is a run day. I just wasn't feeling it this morning for the run. So I will be running for my 35 minutes because I'm getting real close to running my 5K. My 5K is actually scheduled for the end of this month, June 27th, I believe, which is not too long from now. So this is actually one of my last timed runs, and then I'm going to be running just for distance. And so I'm really excited about that. So that'll be doing that later today. And then tomorrow I have another gym session with my wife. So I'm really excited for that. We're just keeping everything consistent. Even though I haven't posted for a couple days, again, not my fault, but I'm out getting out there. I'm still doing the work, and that's key. That's really foundational for anything you're starting new, anything you're trying when it comes to weight loss or health journey. Being consistent, not making excuses, doing the best you can on the days where, like today, where I woke up and my stomach was turning. I'm not going to go run for 35 minutes and cause that to be even more problematic. So I'm going to go for my walk instead, and then just shift my running into the afternoon or late afternoon when my stomach is calmed down. To that end, always, always, always be flexible, be understanding. And there are days maybe where, like leaving later today, if I'm still not feeling good in my stomach, maybe I move my run to tomorrow. That being said, I'm still going to get it done. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm just going to listen to my body and try to adjust based on how I'm feeling. So, how's everybody doing? That was a long intro. I apologize for the days of in between and the inconsistency with posting, but we're doing the best we can. So the video content that I wanted to talk about today, or at least the topic at hand, was about, like, why can't, I get this all the time, like, why can't you just eat in moderation? Why can't we all just, in a weight loss journey, eat in moderation? And look, that's a really good question, and one that I get quite often. And I'll say this, I think there's a whole industry out there, fitness industry, supplement industry, sell you trinkets, sell you devices, sell you pills, sell you, workout equipment. Billions and billions of dollars exist because in today's society, I think the moderation, the just eat in moderation concept, even though it seems wonderful, and again, let me be very clear, I absolutely want to find myself in the end game, in my ultimate, cross the finish line type health journey, to find myself in that space where I can eat whatever I want within moderation. Now, everybody's relationship with food is different. Everybody's health journey has a different starting point. Everybody's unique and different when it comes to their environmental factors. To that end, I think it's unrealistic to just say, well, just eat in moderation. Just all these elimination diets, all these extreme diets are just, you're just going, up and down through hills, and you're crashing back down. And I would say, yeah, you're right. You're not wrong in that. I've yo-yo dieted for my whole life. For 20 adult years, I've been crash dieting and then rebounding and, find myself falling off the wagon and then repeating that cycle and over again. And I understand that probably a lot of people are in that same space. And so doing extreme things where I'm fasting and, I'm in carnivore, it works until it doesn't work. I know, but I think the difference now for me is this, is I'm not using sugar fasting. And this is where the misinformation keeps populating itself, because those carnivore or the keto people are out there. They're just run down. They're just dismissing it out of hand. And I think it's important to keep reiterating that sugar fasting shouldn't be done long term. It should be a very short stressor on your body. Then you should shift back into your normal diet or whatever you were doing prior, and then just use it as a tool anytime. So yeah, when I got down to 199, I was like 186 or 198, 197. And I was like, all right, I got the weight thing locked in. I know I can get under 200 pounds. It's not some mystical creature that doesn't exist. I absolutely hit Wonderland. And now I want to start building weight. I want to start feeling stronger. I want to start running. I want to start doing all these things and not just so obsessed with my weight. And so I started eating back to my normal, 3 meals, not focused on how much I'm eating, just listening to my body. Inevitably, the scale started to go back up because that's how life works and that's how calories work. And now I'm using the sugar fasting protocol. Anytime I kind of hit that threshold of 215, I pull it back out, do it for 2-3 days. Now, granted, I'm doing it for 14 days here, 12 days. And the idea is I want to try and, just like Tim Ernst is doing on his channel, is just find something, get into a groove, find something that works, but keep experimenting, keep trying new things, because that ultimately is going to lead us down a path of a solution, an actual protocol that we can use every day or every week and be consistent with it and have our quality of life be at a maximum with minimal struggle when it comes to how we eat, when we eat, and how that affects our body. I think that's ultimately where we all are at on this journey, is we're all just trying to figure it out. And I know Mark Smelly-Bell has been posting a bunch of videos, bringing a bunch of experts. And I love these conversations because it's not just dismissing things out of hand. It's people that maybe from different spaces, different angles, maybe they're vegetarian, maybe they're, very scientific when it comes to specific topics around, FGF21 or all these emerging things that I didn't know about until, maybe a month ago, and learning more about our bodies. And I think that's really the coolest part about this experiment is, instead of just saying carnivore works, even if it doesn't, and this is the only way I'm going to do it. You know, screw the fiber, screw the cholesterol. That I can all explain that away because my influencers tell me that it's just fine. Maybe it's not fine. And I think that's the important part is, you know, if you get stuck and you're not progressing and your health markers are getting worse and your doctor is getting concerned and your blood work is coming back and it's not ideal, like, I just don't understand the whole concept of let's just stop or just keep continuing doing the same thing and expecting some kind of different result. So the moderation piece, yes, it's a wonderful end game. I think we all should move to that space. In the meantime, let's keep an open mind and try to figure stuff out, not only on an individual basis, but as a society. I think collectively can experiment and share that, right? Be open about our experiences, be honest about our experiences, and don't try to hide things. I think that's the important part. Like, I think a lot of influencers or YouTube, you know, channels, they're only going to post up positive things. They're only going to post up things when they're moving in the right direction because they have an agenda and they're trying to make a point. Where I think it's a disservice because when you ask the questions like, well, what do you do during the day? Or, you know, why sometimes it seems like you don't post for a couple days like I did, right? And then they're like, well, maybe because I slipped off the wagon and I had a binge day. Right? I just posted a video about that just the other day about how I had an unplanned day of eating in excess. And to that end, I think it's important that we all be transparent around that because at the end of the day, none of us are perfect. None of us have figured it all out. And if we have, you know, and you're not sharing, like, shame on you. So I don't know, everybody. I think it's important to acknowledge our ups and downs, be open about it, because then maybe the little piece of information that we're offering may not seem significant for us, but maybe for somebody else, it's a key, and it helps them unlock that next step on their health journey. So let's all keep helping each other out. Let's all keep striving to get better and learn from our mistakes and try new things and be open to new experiences. And hopefully then we can find ourselves all in that golden, you know, open the golden gates to the moderation space. And we all can have perfect diets and perfect weight and just maintain that for the rest of our lives. I think it's great that we can all think about that space, but if you have it all figured out, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, let me know where you're at in your current journey, and let's just keep striving, keep working. So everybody, I hope everybody's having a good rest of your day. Get out there, do that non-negotiable. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.